Hi guys, and welcome to another video where today we're going to be predicting the scores and results of this week 33 of the 2017-2018 Premier League season. Now looking back at last week, week 32, of course you weren't here, welcome back for this week. I had an absolute stormer of a week with 17 points, almost 18, we'll come to that in a moment, but I had 17 points. You actually did quite well, you had 8 points. I had 9 out of 10 results correct and I had 4 perfect scores, whereas you had 8 results correct. So that, all in all, good, but I actually blitzed you out of the water with those perfect scores. So looking at the overall total now, you have 224 and I've actually caught you up with 224. Now that's enough of me beating my own drum, but in the comments section somebody actually beat my score, and a big shout out goes out to Hornet Predictions, who actually had 18 points this weekend. So Hornet Predictions, well done. Right, let's predict some scores for week 33.
Okay, so first up we have the Merseyside derby between Everton and Liverpool, with Everton being at home. So Everton, they might have some advantage there, but it's not a tough one to predict. Everton, they've been on and off form all season really, ever since Big Sam took over, but Liverpool, they've won their last 2 matches after they lost to Man United, so I can see Liverpool continuing their run of form with a 2-0 victory.
Yeah, I agree. I think
too strong.
They will. I think Liverpool are going to win, but it's going to be tight. It is a Merseyside derby, so sort of form kind of goes out of the window, but
anything can happen.
The way Liverpool are playing with that front three of theirs of Mane, Salah and Firmino up front, I think they're just going to nick a 2-1 victory here. Everton are going to make it tough for them, but I can see Liverpool coming through in the end. Next up, we've got Watford against Burnley. Mid-table clash, you could say, although Burnley are in 7th position. You know, they could even sneak into a Europa League place
that's if they, obviously they
if
go above Arsenal. And
that's right, yes. Yeah, so
one of the top 6 win the FA Cup.
Yeah, they are chasing it down. Watford with a new manager had a 2-2 draw against Bournemouth last week, and I think they're going to draw this one as well. A little bit stronger at home than they are away, and I can see this one ending in a 1-1.
Interesting. Well, I can actually see Sean Dyche pushing for a Europa League place, and he is going to be wanting them to win this fixture. There's not going to be many goals in this match, but I can't see Watford winning this one really. So I have gone for a 1-0 victory.
Next up, we've got Stoke against Spurs. Stoke in deep trouble in the relegation zone. Spurs coming off that brilliant win against Chelsea last week at Stamford Bridge, and I can only really see one winner in this one, and that's going to be Tottenham. They're going to be too strong for Stoke, and I can see a 2-0 win for Tottenham.
Well, Stoke, they're in trouble. They've lost their last 3 matches, getting with only 3 draws in 6 games as well, no wins at all. Stoke, they're just doomed. Tottenham, I can only see them winning 3-0, like they beat Chelsea 3-1 last week. Stoke, no chance, you going down. Next up, we have Leicester versus Newcastle. Leicester sat in 8th. You never know, they might be able to creep into a Europa League spot as well.
I don't think they're going to.
I don't think they
Arsenal
will.
Too far ahead.
I don't think they'll catch Arsenal, and I don't think they'll catch Burnley. But you never know. It's the Premier League. Newcastle, they've been okay. I'll just leave it at that. All the fans are regretting sending out Mitrovic on loan at the moment, especially how well he's doing at Fulham. I can only see Leicester winning this one. There's not going to be many goals in it. It's going to be a close match. It's going to be 1-0 to Leicester.
Yeah, both teams, Leicester and Newcastle, in a fair, pretty good form at the moment. They're going to cancel themselves out, and I can see this one ending in a 1-1 draw. Newcastle do struggle for goals, whereas Leicester do, they've got the likes of Vardy, Mahrez, Okazaki, and they got lots of attacking options there. But I think Newcastle done well recently, and as I say, a 1-1 draw. Moving on to the next match, we got Brighton against Huddersfield, battle of the promoted teams. Huddersfield kind of in free fall at the moment. Brighton traditionally this season have been strong at home. They've slipped up, I think, in the last couple of matches, however.
But I think they're safe, Brighton.
Yeah, I think Brighton are safe, but Huddersfield teetering on the brink, really, along with Swansea. So I think Brighton are going to win this one, and Huddersfield are going to struggle again. And I can see Brighton winning this one 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-
Well, this season, Huddersfield, they've been atrocious away from home. Whenever they leave the John Smith Stadium or whatever you call it, they've been atrocious. But Brighton, strong at home, especially with some of the teams that they have beaten there as well. I can see this one being a 2-0 victory to Brighton only because I can't see Huddersfield scoring away from home.
Next up, we've got the Baggies against the Jacks. The Baggies, of course, are West Brom, if you like.
They're doomed.
They are rock bottom. Yeah. They are doomed. They've got rid of Pardew, of course.
Plus the funny thing is, I was reading this on Facebook as well. Pardew still turned up for training with West Brom after he'd been sacked because he thought it was an April Fool's joke.
Really?
They got sacked.
Are you sure that's not the April Fool's joke?
What?
People saying that you've
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was It was all over Facebook.
I'm wondering if that's the April Fool's joke.
No, it was. It was all over Facebook over the weekend.
Anyway, getting back to the football, Darren Moore is the caretaker manager there at West Brom at the moment. I think West Brom, because they're so low in the table, I think they're just going to relax in this one, give Swansea a good game. They're not going to win because Swansea are in okay form at the moment. I know they lost last week at Old Trafford against Man United, and I can see this one ending in a stalemate, 1-1.
Well, I can actually see the Jacks winning this one. West Brom I don't think they have no chance in this game. Apparently on Facebook they've run out of wage budget or something. It was on there over the weekend on Twitter and stuff. But yeah, West Brom finished. They're going to relax for the rest of the season. Darren Moore is going to want them to rest for bigger matches if they can scramble some points from them.
This is a massive match though, Swansea down there.
I know, but I think he's going to rest a few players anyway. But who knows who they're going to bring in? They might just keep Darren Moore in for the rest of the season because there's just no point getting a new manager.
Not now. He's going to be the caretaker until the end of the season, and then they're going to regroup in the Championship by the looks of it.
Or unless they do a Sunderland and a Hull where they actually bottle it down there.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sunderland.
Well, Hull actually turned things around. Draw against Wolves, that's a pretty good result the other night.
Hull could still get relegated though.
Mathematically, but I think there's a lot poorer sides down there at the moment. Anyway, let's move back onto the Premier League and the next.
Well, I can see them winning 1-0.
1-0, right. Okay, next up we've got Bournemouth against Crystal Palace. Bournemouth coming away from that 2-2 draw last weekend against Palace, who put up a fairly decent effort against Liverpool, losing 2-1. In this match, I can actually see Crystal Palace, they've actually played a lot of the top teams recently, and they've only lost by the odd goal or two, and I can actually see them going to Bournemouth, who are traditionally, they've been playing really well, Bournemouth as well this season, and I can actually see Palace going there and winning 2-1.
Well, believe it or not, I actually think Bournemouth are going to win this game.
Right, okay.
Only because Eddie Howe is going to want them to be up for it, finishing as high as they possibly can, maybe going above Everton, who they are 3 points away from. Who knows, really, because Everton might drop form. Eddie Howe's going to want them to be up there. Another strong season in the Premier League. Palace,
fourth from bottom at the moment, and that's why I think they're going to win. Fourth from bottom, they're going to be
Palace. They're going to want to be up for it at the moment, but it's going to be Bournemouth. Stay there. They are at home. Palace traditionally do well at home as well, but obviously they're playing away. So this is going to be a 1-0 victory to Bournemouth.
Okay, possibly the biggest, I think.
The biggest.
Well, Liverpool, Everton fans will probably disagree, but Manchester derby this weekend, first against second in the Premier League. Man United don't concede a lot of goals, they don't concede more than 2, however, they're coming up against Manchester City. Manchester City do leak goals themselves. It's at home, at Manchester City, and I can see them running away with this one 3-1.
So if Man City win this match, they are champions. Now, Pep, I know, is going to want to do this over Jose Mourinho, definitely, and Man United, just to rub it in a bit more, to say that we won the title on you, but I can see Manchester City just purely dominating. Jose's just going to park the bus for this match, probably.
Aguero out
now? Aguero is out, but they still have Gabriel Jesus, who I'd say is just as good.
Yeah, unless Aguero's back for the weekend, because tonight, I know he's not playing in the Champions League tonight. Maybe he'll be back for the weekend. We shall see.
Either way, they have 2 strikers. They'll be able to play well, and I can see this one. Man City winning 3-0.
Okay, the penultimate game of the weekend and the first of the Sunday matches is Arsenal versus Southampton. Arsenal superb at home, Southampton dire at the moment. Mark Hughes come in there. I think they wanted to give them a boost. It hasn't happened. Somehow, I don't know how they're going to get out of it, Stoke or Southampton, because I do think Huddersfield will go down. Arsenal are going to be too strong for Southampton, and I can see a 3-0 victory for the Gunners.
Well, Arsenal, they have been starting to pick up form again, and Aubameyang's starting to look really strong now since he's come in, but some Arsenal fans are still angry.
They are.
Mainly because Aubameyang didn't get a hat-trick last week because they made Lacazette take the penalty, and it angered a lot of Arsenal fans.
Really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was all over social media.
But
you need to keep up with your football news.
The reason why Lacazette took that penalty was Aubameyang actually gave him the thing to boost his confidence, because he hasn't scored in the league since around about January time. So from Aubameyang's, they had the game won, so he gave him the ball, he scored the penalty, and it gives him a bit of confidence going into the next matches. So
it still did upset.
I'm not sure why any Arsenal fan would be upset about that. Maybe it would be Aubameyang's first hat-trick of his Arsenal career, perhaps.
But that's Arsenal fans for you, really. Sorry, Arsenal fans, but
okay.
Mark Hughes has come in. He's not going to do anything for you. For that reason, it's going to be 4-0 to Arsenal, and maybe Aubameyang will get his hat-trick. Possibly, yes.
It's quite likely that week.
And finally, we have Chelsea versus West Ham at Stamford Bridge. Now, Chelsea, they're sat there in 5th, on and off form all the time, really, now. Looks like Conte's going to go at the end of the season, and a load of their players too. West Ham, they're kind of struggling as well.
They had a great win last week.
They did have a great win last week, but there's no way they're going to beat Chelsea, unfortunately. So, I have gone for a 2-0 Chelsea win.
Yeah, I think if West Ham were home, I think they could have won this. Even if they were playing Chelsea. However, they're going away to Stamford Bridge. Chelsea are going to want to bounce back from that defeat against Tottenham last weekend. Arnautovic was in fine form. However, he was up against his former manager in Mark Hughes last week against Southampton. Going away to the Bridge, I think they're going to make a fight of it now. I think they're going to be okay this season. I don't think they're going to go down. And I think Chelsea are just going to win this one 2-1.
Interesting.
So that's our predictions for week 33 of the 2017-2018 Premier League season. As per usual, I'm going to leave a template of these fixtures in the comments section. And as usual, all you need to do is copy and paste them into your comments, make your predictions, and like Hornets predictions, who had a magnificent score of 18 points last week, you could get a shout out yourselves. But for now, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
No, just good luck Cardiff against Wolves on Friday. Yeah?
Yes.
Come on, Bluebirds. But for now, we'll bid you farewell, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.